Hey guys, and welcome to the Gamer Shelter. Dan here, joined by Dave for the fourth and final map review out of the endgame DLC for Battlefield 3. This time we have Nebandan Flats. We'll start it off as usual with look and feel, and for that I hand it over to Dave.
So this is the summer map out of the new map pack. So it's a very bright map. It's set on kind of farmland, and there's all like harvesters around it. There's bales of hay, and there's corn in the fields. It's pretty much completely open except for on the flags. The flags have a lot of buildings. So I like the look of this map.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's as we said in the last our last map review on the railroad map is that it was kind of similar to Caspian whatever. I can't recall a map from Battlefield already that looks like this one.
Yeah, like obviously the buildings are similar and stuff because they just recycle the buildings. They don't build all the buildings from scratch every time they make something. Like the interiors they do, but so there's stuff like that. But as a whole, it's definitely a nice new experience. I like it. The look and the feel of it is different. It's very Battlefield. It lacks in certain ways compared to some of the other ones for me, but it's still nice. I do like this one. The layout is a lot better too than some of the other ones. It's kind of like going back to Operation Riverside where they're all in a straight line. This one they're not in a straight line.
It's almost a zigzag.
Yeah, it has a really small like zigzag to it, going in like a diagonal line, and I really like when they do that. When they don't have it in the big circular shape. I prefer this tight togetherness of the map with the U.S. spawn at the bottom right, and then it kind of goes A and B out front, kind of off center. C obviously right in the center of the map. C is a great flag once again. Whoever is designing the C flags in this, they've perfected it. Like every game they come out with now, you can guarantee that the center flag is going to be perfect, pretty much.
Yeah, we were joking before this. We were just like, we were thinking about what we're going to say for review. I mean, Dan, we're just like, well, we know C's going to be good.
Yeah, it's just like, well, C's gonna be nice. First time I hop in the flag, I'm just the map. I'm just standing there. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is a good one. And then on the opposite side of C is D and E and another little zigzag pattern with the Russian spawn over on that side. Very, very basic.
Yeah. I really do like the layout the way that it is, because even though the flags are kind of nearly side by side, the way they put meta kind of like a zigzag, it always feels like so you're not just running like directly across. You're kind of actually going forward towards your next objective.
Yeah.
So when you're going from A to B, it feels like you're gradually making your way towards C as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like to call it a example, you take something like Karg Island, right? When you're fighting over like A and B on Karg Island, you just feel like you're running back and forth in a straight line over and over and over again, fighting for the same two things. In this one, I never really had that feeling of just running back and forth. You're constantly attacking the flag from a different side and just flanking it from a different way, driving in a different part of the grass. I don't know, I never had that repetitive feel in this map, which is really good. That's a really good thing to say about it.
Even the way they designed the flags on this one was really well. How the flags look is what I mean.
Yeah, I like almost all of them. Honestly, the only flag that's lacking, because I'm going to talk about it here in a second, is E. And that's a really obvious reason why when you play it you'll see. But just to talk about the flags really quick, A is called residential, which is really dumb because if someone lives there, they live in a really bad neighborhood. It's a really dumb name for that flag.
But that is kind of the residential buildings for Battlefield.
Yeah, they have
that is kind of the
like quote unquote house buildings over there.
Yeah.
And it's actually a really nicely designed flag. I like it. Every battle I've had on A, I really liked the way the cover works and the way you can attack. It's like on one side of the road is like where the actual flag is. There's like 3 buildings, all different kinds, that are just really nice. And then on the other side of the street, it's kind of like this long rectangular shaped overhang with like containers under it. It's just really well designed. You get some really nice battles going on there. B is another one. Great design on B. I like it a lot. It's another rectangular shaped overhang type thing. It's like 2 different overhangs. And
yeah, it's basically it's like a straight line. On either side of the flag, there's like rows of harvesters, like combine harvesters, and pretty much that's it. That's your cover. There's like 5 combine harvesters down one side, 5 combine harvesters down the other side, and then the flag is in the middle.
Yeah, and for me that works really good. It really reminds me of I believe it's is it the D flag on Operation Riverside with the mechanical equipment around it, where it's literally just like the flag in the center and then all that just mechanical equipment on the sides, and it's just all the cover, like the gun battles take place with people like swerving between all the things on either side. I like it.
Yeah, and even all the flags on this map seem to be, they're very, on the map, on the flag itself, it's very, there's lots of cover, But when you're coming up to the flag, there is none.
Yeah.
It's like just desert all around the flags, which is cool because you can see people coming in from a distance, and it adds kind of for that battle because it feels like you're assaulting a base when you're kind of going for a flag because you're
Uh-huh.
coming in from, you know, middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it definitely has that really cool feeling to it. And then going to C, C is like the only building in the map. It's huge. It's a really big warehouse. You can actually get on top of it with ladders. They actually instead of having it to where the snipers can parachute on top and it gets really annoying because you can't come down. They're just like, screw it. We know people are going to do it. We'll just make it to where people can climb up there and take them down.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, they kind of built in a counter to the snipers getting up there, which I liked a lot. I used it quite a few times. And the interior of C is amazing to me. Like, it has two halves on the warehouse, and one of them's filled with, like, what are they, like anti-air missiles or something?
Yeah, I want to say that, and the other half is just containers everywhere.
Everywhere, stacked on top of each other, facing random directions.
Yeah, it's
It's
it's like
it's
a
gorgeous.
maze when you go in on the sea flag,
It's
and
gorgeous.
it's really nice to play on.
And the spawning on C is some of the best I've seen like in this game. Period. You never have that feeling where you spawn in and there's someone looking at you, or you
Yeah,
spawn in
because
and you're
there's
behind someone. You
I
never
think it's
have
because
that.
there's so much clutter that you all the lines of sights are broke up. But even they did it really well. They made the cap radius to see kind of small, but there's a stairs and you can get up above it,
Yeah,
and you can kind of look down into all the
and
containers.
you can still cap it from up there. Yeah, on
Yeah,
the stairway, which is nice and obviously easy to kill the people that are up there. It's not like there's fucking bulletproof, guardrails up there. It's pretty easy to get them. Going to D, D is a pretty basic little farm. It's got like the little cattle ranch, and it's got the hay area. I don't live on a farm. I don't know the technical terms.
yeah.
Um,
It's got kind of the generic battlefield buildings. Then I think there's like two buildings there. It's pretty much, but it's a very when you get in on the flag, there's not a lot of room in there. You're not going to bring a tank in there and be able to maneuver very
yeah,
well. It's a all the flags. It will be hard to bring your vehicles in and actually do work on them.
other than the motorbikes, yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of the map is kind of good for vehicles, but not the flags.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah, kind of. You have to know how to use the vehicle. You can't just be like, Ramboing around with the tank. You're gonna get destroyed. And then going over to E, the only flag I don't like on this map, and it's the damn generic gas station. That's all it is. There's one of them in every map, and it's just a gas station. It has one building and a gas station, and it's
But
just
but I like how when dice are they obviously just use it for filler because they put it on like the E flag or the A flag. They're just like
yeah,
fuck it. We
exactly. It's
know
not
no one's
like the
gonna be at
big
this flag.
battle
Let's just put
flag.
it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy the feeling of this map. I do want to point out that it feels like even when we played quite a few rounds straight in a row, and even when we got in the faster paced games, this map feels slower paced to me. Like I don't know what it is. It just a lot less seems to be going on in Conquest. Of course, I'm just talking about Conquest generally right now. It feels a little bit slower paced. It's still fun and it's still a really good map
I really
feeling
like it.
wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely feels. I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel as fast paced. But I just wanted to kind of point that out. I'm gonna hand it over to Dave. I've been talking about the flags for a while now. What do you think about adding flags to this one?
I think they probably will add flags. There's a lot of area around, and honestly, I don't think this map would suffer from flags. I think it would benefit from having more flags around and spreading the gameplay wider because I really think it could benefit from it. It's such a big map.
Yeah, I think that by having more players on PC, I think this one almost needs new
Ah,
flags.
new flags. See, I don't
I'm
think it's
terrible at that.
you said it's slow. I don't think it's as slow as some of the other maps. Like I it's not as slow as like some of the other big maps that are already in Battlefield, like Firestorm
Oh
or
no,
Carrigan.
completely
I
agreed. I'm talking
I
about
do
out of
like
out of the new
compared to
DLC.
okay.
This one seems to be the more slow-paced one for me, and I don't know. I don't know why.
I didn't get that feel though.
That's good though. It means that it's just me, and that you
Yeah.
you guys out there will still feel opposite. I don't know why I had that feeling. I just did, but I definitely think this one needs some more flags. I think it could benefit from it. Putting it more on the outside sides and in between D and B and E and A out there on the sides to just help increase the action with the more players. I just think that would work really good. Um, the drop ship is good on this one too. Fly straight over the map. Glad that
Yeah,
they.
it's a nice one to it because the flags are kind of in a zigzag, so you kind of fly straight between E and D and then over C and then between A and B. So you can just jump out in between, like in between A and B, and you can either, parachute and then just go either side, or you can go straight down and then parachute to the ground and just run to the other one.
Plus, a little thing I wanted to point out was the flags seem pretty close to each other in this one. Like compared to some of the ones, it's just because the shape of the map and the fact that there's so much flat ground, I'm sure. But they seem pretty close to each other, which makes it to where like I can jump out of the dropship over D, and I can make it to B easy. It's no problem at all. I could parachute and land on B. It's not really a problem. So
even though this map, the flags aren't connected as well as like in the other ones with all the roads. They give you a lot of dirt bikes, and because it's just big open fields, it's so easy to just maneuver. And when you're going from like say there is a road in between two fields, they have like the side of the road, as you come to the edge of the field, as little ramps, so you can just like ramp off them with the dirt bike and you go really far.
yeah,
They make it fun to go to the flags on this one.
almost like the road was like plowed out, and it kind of left the hill of dirt on the sides. Yeah. And that's how they kind of worked the motorbikes into this one, which we were gonna wait for vehicles, but now that we're talking about motorbikes, important little thing to mention: when you're ramping off the little bumps on the roads in this one with the motorbikes, you pretty much have to be doing a wheelie. It's
or the front wheel will like stick in, and you'll kind of like glitch and freak out and freeze.
Yeah, and you'll like just freeze, and then you'll have to back up and drive again. It only seems to be on this map, but you seem to go, you go faster obviously because it's a sprint button, and you seem to get more air, and when you land you don't slow down as much, you don't lose as much speed when you land either. So you pretty much, whenever you're going or like flying off a hill or landing after one, you want to be doing a wheelie. It benefits you in every way. It just seems to be a little glitch that winds up benefiting you as long as you do it every time. But then we'll go straight into vehicles. What do you think about the vehicle play in this one?
Yeah, it's the nice mix. It's done perfectly, as most of the other maps were, because when you're out in the open, maybe it feels like the vehicles are a little bit overpowered, but it's perfect for when you're on the flags because there's so much cover on the flags, and it's hard for the vehicles to get right in on the flags.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the vehicles on this one.
It feels really good. And to mention really quick, this one has jets and no little birds. Once again, another flip of those two vehicle types.
Probably different on PC. They'll probably go on
Once
PC.
again, yeah, this is console. We might do an update for when we get it on PC, little annotation or something explaining.
This is a really nice map.
It is. And unfortunately, Mr. Roll Tide, I do like this one more than Kyosar.
Yeah.
Gotta point it out to you, man. I do like this one more than Kyosar. We'll go over the other game modes then really quick. What did you think about Rush, Dave? Because I know you played that one.
I liked Rush on this one. It had the MCOMs were good. They were well covered, so I don't like when the MCOMs are really wide open and it's like impossible to get them to arm. And if the other team gets them armed, it's like impossible to defuse them because there's no cover to get in and defuse them. Mm-hmm. It was a nice mix. It was, it was hard to get in and get them armed, but it wasn't too easy for the defending team either.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of Rush. I really don't play it that much, but I actually had a lot of fun playing Rush on this map. There's only 3 sets of MCOMs, and they go from the A flag to the C flag to the D flag, kind of at an angle. And it just plays really well. I actually really, really enjoyed Rush on this. It does seem like you need a good team if you're doing the attacking, though. The defenders team seems to have a lot of benefits with like all the cover that they're given. Like the first set of MCOMs, the attacking team literally starts out like in an open field, and they just have to use their vehicles to get into the A flag and get the MCOM. And then after that, the C flag is easier. But it definitely feels good from someone who does not like Rush. It feels really good. For air superiority, it's really awesome. This one has those wind turbines on it, and it gets epic looking. I mean, what did you think? I know you're not a huge fan of air superiority, Dave, but what did you think?
I don't like air superiority, but the fact that they had the wind turbines in between, so you could actually maneuver, you could get into jet fights in between those, that was, it was genius.
Yeah, it plays really awesome. There's so many times where I'm like, I have someone on my tail, and you just weave between the wind turbines and lose them, and it's awesome. It's really awesome. I'm glad they put that in there. And for TDM, I didn't even, I'm gonna be honest, didn't even play TDM on this flag or map.
Yeah, me neither.
Swapping those words.
I haven't played TDM at all on any of these maps.
But it takes place in the C warehouse. That's it. It's just in that warehouse, which is, where else would you think it would take place? But that's it. So that's TDM. If you like things like no share canals or what's the other one? Karg Island, I believe. In any one
Yeah,
of
that's my
those really
favorites.
close quarter building ones, if you like that kind of TDM, you'll like this one. It's the same basic layout. But other than that, we did want to mention this video will be a little bit longer because we wanted to kind of talk about our overview thoughts of the endgame DLC. So I'll just go over mine really quick, and then Dave can go over his. So capture the flag. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I've never liked Capture the Flag, so if you do like Capture the Flag or Rush or anything like that, you'll most likely like it. I'm just not a Capture the Flag fan, and this was nothing special to me. It didn't blow my mind. Air Superiority is... We'll have a review for that coming out right after this video. But that one just... It's so skill-based. They almost, like, it's really good, and it's just... I'm not good in a jet, so it's really hard for me to do good and to do it. But I mean, as actually being a jet battle game mode, it does it really good. You really feel like when you're chasing down people and staying on their tails, you really feel like you're in jet battles. To me, it feels really nice. All the maps, if I had to rank them, mine would go. Let's see, mine would definitely go. Sablon Pipeline is still #1. I'm sorry, but I just snow map, man. I cannot be defeated with the snow map. I have such a bias. So Sablon Pipeline, and then I'm gonna have to lean towards Operation Riverside as #2. I had a lot more fun on that one, and it seemed more paced in my direction compared to Nebandan Flats. But Operation Riverside would be second, then Nebandan Flats, and then lastly Keosar Railroad. I don't hate that. I don't hate that map, but compared to the other three, I don't have fun on that one, and it's just not mind blowing, and like it doesn't look amazing. Like we said in the review, it just feels like Caspian Border to me. It's just like an updated Caspian Border, and it doesn't blow my mind in any way. And then Air Superiority is awesome, like I said. There's nothing really much. I didn't play TDM, so I mean that's pretty much it. I really love this DLC. I don't know how it ranks to something like Aftermath. I almost called it Endgame. I'm not really sure how it ranks to something like Aftermath because they're two very different DLCs. But I do love this DLC. I thought they did a really great job with it. So I'll hand it over to Dave for his.
See, I'm the opposite to that. I love this CTF, and I think it's gonna help me play Battlefield 3 until the end of Battlefield 3. I think it's gonna add something, especially on PC. I think it's gonna help me play the game even more than I do at the minute. So I really like that. And then Russian Conquest on it is, it was okay. They're not gonna be game changers. I'll probably still get bored of the maps after a while. As you do of anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then Air Superiority was, for me, I was really excited about Air Superiority, but I don't know. I'm so bad at jets. I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be like, and then I go on and it's just like, you got all the level 100 colonels that have been like jets since like day one. It's just like, oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. So that's just my experience with that. But, if it might be better on PC, I don't know if there actually is gonna be more players on PC or not.
Yeah, I have no idea how Air Superiority is going to
Yeah,
work in that way. No.
but I really can't get over how much I think CTF is gonna make the game's life longer. They really need another game mode rather than just Russian Conquest, I think.
Uh-huh.
And then as far as the maps go, oh, it's so hard for this one. Like, it really is. I think the map we just did, which one is this again? The Nebandan Flats. I'm terrible with names, but Nebandan Flats. There's something about this map. I can't explain it. I just love it.
That's good.
But I can't give it #1. I think it's a better map than, well, not a better map than Operation Fireside or Riverside, but I'm gonna give my #1 to Operation Riverside because of
Nice.
the action on it. I'm gonna give #2 to this map, the Abandoned Flats. #3 is gonna be Pipeline. I know I said I like that map a lot, but I don't know. It's just it looks so good, but it doesn't play as well as the other ones, I don't think. And then the last one for me is gonna be the Railroad. Even
And
though the only addition to that is CTF on Railroad is amazing,
oh, okay.
but for the rest of the game modes, it's terrible, and I don't really like the look of it. But CTF on that map is amazing.
And you guys just witnessed a mind-blowing experience where Dave did not vote for the snow map as the highest. That confuses me. But that's
Hold
good
on,
though.
maybe when I go onto PC and then I see it in like full
Yeah, with the
1080p, I'll just be
snow
like,
flying up
that
behind your
that might
motorbike.
that might be that might completely change my mind.
But overall, we've had a lot of fun doing this endgame. I'm so glad that it was good. Like I'm so glad that they delivered with this right after delivering with Aftermath. It's so like thank you Dice, thank you Gustav.
They did a good job finishing off. They did Battlefield Battlefield 3 Proud. It was a nice way to end the game.
But I mean, this has been all of our endgame reviews. Air Superiority will be coming out around the same time as this one, so we won't need to, everything will be linked with annotations. We want to thank you guys for watching all our endgame videos. We'll be getting back now to our Assassin's Creed videos. Obviously, we'll keep making Battlefield videos. We're still going to be coming out with the live comms for all the maps and everything like that. We have so many games. I'm just really looking forward to it. Trials comes out soon. We're looking forward to a lot of stuff coming really soon. And
Arma 3 we've been doing lately.
Arma 3. How could I forget that game I'm terrible at? But Arma 3. Just thank you guys for supporting us and watching our videos and liking our videos and leaving comments. There's nothing we like more than seeing a active subscriber base. People leave comments and tell us what they think, even if they hate the video we came out with. Just leave a comment and let us know what you think. And just thank you for everything. We're gonna go make another video now. So like the video if you liked it. You can subscribe to our channel to see more, and we'll see you next time.